Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. Before I get started, as always, I give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakah Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the men who ruled very well over Israel and who taught us this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing this word throughout the four corners of the round earth, and to the sisters that are learning, and to those that support the ministry. Shalom. Yeah, it's the brother Yakana from the GMS Houston camp, coming back with another installment of GMS Practicals by. And I wanted to go into this lesson just briefly, man, because I had saw on the news, well, on my phone, it's a Weather Channel app, and it was showing the hurricane that's going up like on the side of Florida. And I start thinking, man, and then you got massive earthquakes that are happening. You got uproars of the people going on everywhere. You got rioting going on. There are actually over 230 separate riots going on throughout the world. Different sizes, of course, in 110 countries right now. So the uproars of the people is escalating, man. And this is all prophesied, because this is the time that the Most High is visiting, and it's gonna get a whole lot worse, man. But I just want to bring out a couple of scriptures and pray that the elect of Israel be edified. The first one I'm gonna bring out is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and start at verse 1, and it said, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And the Most High is visiting right now, man. You got the Plan D going on. You got the stab and jab. Again, like I said a minute ago, you got the protests, you got the rioting, you got the earthquakes, you got the fire still on the West Coast. You got hurricanes hitting Babylon, and these are all this is prophesied, man. It's no coincidence that one is happening, and it's all happening at the same time. And the only thing about it all happening at the same time is everything's going to escalate from here on in. That's why it says in verse 2, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world he made." Verse 3, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." And there it is. All this has been spoken of. All this has been prophesied. So even if you didn't believe, you can't just call this a coincidence that the scriptures spoke on all these things happening and that they're actually happening. You could get away with an argument, man, which would make no sense anyway, with one thing or two things happening. It's outside chance with three, but with all the stuff that's going on right now, man, it's impossible to argue what's actually happening. And of course with the Plan D, and then the Maxine and then that car speed racer used to drive, the Mark 5. So the Mark 5 is coming too. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For the wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You know, so the Most High is saying that so all these things that we seeing, this is all prophesied. This wasn't just written yesterday, This is all prophesied that these things would happen. And here we are, And the sword, of course, is Esau Edom, man. And then his weaponry, man. And he's using that devil, man, who's according to Revelation 12:12, he's about to come down with great wrath. You see, yesterday, man, the Democrats, so to speak, had a little defeat in Texas because they were fighting with the governor on, whether it should be, if you want to make somebody wear the mask, you should have the right to make them wear it. And the governor was saying, nah, you can't do that. If they don't want to wear it, they don't have to. So it was, it got into a heated debate. It went to court, I believe, but it wound up where now in the state of Texas, man, if you don't want to wear it, you don't want to mask up, you don't have to, and they can't make you. And this is what they were fighting for. So another thing we see is Esau Edom is fighting. There's a lot of in-house fighting, They can't get along within themselves, man. And that goes all the way up to the elite. Because don't think that the Oppenheimers and the DuPonts and the Reynolds and these people are comfortable with just the Rothschilds being on top. They all sit at that table and say, hey, man, they are thinking of ways. We want to be the next family to rule. We want to be the top dog. It's just Esau's nature, man. As it says in the book of Ecclesiasticus, 14:5, it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom can he be good? He's evil to himself. So even from the elites on down, they don't get along, man. And we'll bring this out right quick. This is St. Mark chapter 3 and verse 25, and it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And that's Esau right now, man. You got a lot of fighting within Esau Edom, from the lowest level of Edomites all the way up to the very top, man. They are not getting along. They're disagreeing, and it's a lot of in-house fighting. So that house, since they can't agree, that house is divided. That house is gonna fall. Another reason, this is prophesied long ago, and now you're getting to witness it. You see the Dems and the Republicans at each other's throats. So you see this in-house fighting, man. So this house is not going to be able to stand, man. But going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, where he says he's going to bring plagues upon the world. Well, there's your plan D, which is the biggest one, and they're not going to let this crisis go to waste, man. And it says a sword. That sword is Esau Edom, man. That's the Most High's sword, which is it's really something when you think about it. Like the elder apostle Gabar said the other day, Esau's blessing is the sword, and he's going to use that sword against Jake, okay? But Esau is a sword unto himself to the Most High. So Esau is the Most High's sword, and Most High gave Esau his sword as a blessing. So he's going to use his sword, but he's going to be used as a sword. Esau, So when he come down on Jake, it's kind of like saying two swords here, which is the same, which was not the same sword, because Esau is going to use his weaponry, which is his sword. And the Most High is going to use part of his sword, which is Esau. So when this devil comes down on us, which he will, he's about to, think it not strange, man, because this is all ultimately going back to the Most High, This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 9. Well, I'll start at verse 8. It says, "Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith the Lord. Say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished." And that word furbished means polished. So he's getting it nice and shiny, man. He's going, in other words, to be polished, man, doesn't just mean to shine. To be polished means that, like, if you look at a football team, man, it seems like they execute with perfection, man. Like they'll drive down the field and score like it was no flaws because they were what? Well polished. This is a well-polished team. And Esau's weaponry is well-polished. That's why we can't go against this devil physically, man. You know, we got to wait on Yahweh Shah to come back to take care of that, man, because his machine, his war machine is a well-polished machine, man. You know, it works, and it works. It looks like it works with ease. And when he come down with this great wrath, people are gonna see that, man. You know. But it says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, and it will. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? So, knowing what's happening now and knowing what's to come, should we then make mirth? Should we just sit around like, you know, in the days of Noah and just like chill out and, you know, just talk about making plans to, you know, one of them, where do you see yourself in 5 years type deals? Should we be making plans to for our 401 to get it in position to grow for the next 20 years, sign up for a 30-year mortgage, get engaged? I mean, you getting married, that's your business, but you know, well, we're going to date for about 2-3 years and then we're going to see how it goes and then we'll talk about marriage. You talking about doing stuff, man, that you just don't have, that time is not afforded, man. And time has been sped up anyway, so these days are shortened, you know. But it says, shall we then make mirth? Shall we just go on about our everyday lives? Just go on like it ain't no big deal, having a good time, partying. Well, this is what 2/3 of our people in the heathen are doing, you know. But as for us, the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, that's not what we should be doing, man. We should be measuring the time diligently, as it said in 2nd Ezra, you know. Should we then make mirth? It contentment the rod of my son as every tree. Verse 11, and he had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer. And who's the slayer? Esau Edom, man. You know? And this slayer is about to do just what he's put here. One of the things he's been put here to do. You know, just like friend Steven said in Django. Them niggas ain't here for no Jimmy. They's after that girl. Now they just about to buy who they came here to buy. And Esau is just about to do what he was put here to do. And he's gonna come down, man. They're not gonna show no mercy, man. Even his tender mercies are cruel, man. Meaning he has no mercy, man. Esau is a wicked, maniacal, psychotic beast, man. You know? That's just who he is. And a beast, man, when you look at a lion or a wolf or a tiger, when they attack their prey, they don't, like, you ain't never seen no lion take the gazelle to the ground and be like, look, just be still. I'm going to try to make this as quickly and painless as I can. You know, you want me to give you some morphine or something? You know, the alligator, a crocodile, man, when they attack their prey, it's vicious, man. There's no mercy. It's a takedown and a kill. You know, that's what it's all about. And that's how Esau is, a ravenous beast, man. You see, like I said earlier, man, in Ecclesiastes chapter 14 and verse 5, he's evil to himself, man. He don't give a shit. Let that marinate. He don't give a damn about himself. So all that protesting and we shall overcome and we gonna love him into submission and all that BS that the Christian church pushes, that's exactly what it is, a bunch of BS, man. This man don't give a damn about himself. But all of a sudden, he shows up with the stabbing jab and says so-called, he says, I'm going to say it this way. He says Judah and Issachar in this country are the main two that need to be jabbed up, man. You know, ain't never give a shit about you before. All the atrocities, man, and just the worst shit that you could do, he did, man. To Jacob, Issachar, and starting with Gad, man. You know, the main three tribes over here that got it the worst, man. You know, well, in the largest numbers. Like I said, man, this man is an atrocious beast, man. And he's just about to do what he was put here to do. So yeah, man, the Most High is visiting. Esau is his sword, and Esau is gonna use his sword, coming down with great wrath. And that's just what it's gonna be, man. So that was all I had on that. I pray that the elect of Israel was edified. And so with that, I'll say shalom.